Hi, hello children. How are you all? Welcome back to my class. Today in this class we are going to start your new lesson of EVS, that is food habit. So in the previous lesson you have learned the importance of food. Yes, do you remember? Yes. So in this class we are going to study from where and how we get the food. Okay. So children, observe these pictures. Yes, observe these pictures given on the screen. Yes, these are the some stages of production of the food, but here they are not in the correct order, so you have to arrange them in the proper order. So the first stage is the growing of the crops in the field. Yes, the growing of the crops in the field by the farmers, and after growing the crops it will get harvested. The crops will get harvested. Yes, after harvesting that crops or the food will transport to the godowns. Yes, so from the godowns it will again supply to the some other general stores or the fair price shops. Yes, so here it is a general store. From the general store we get the food items, right? From after getting the food items from the general store, what we will do? Yes, we will wash it properly. Yes, so after washing it, what we will do? We will cook it. Yes, after cooking all the food we eat all together. Yes, so these are the stages of production of the food. From where do we get the food? Understood? Okay, so children, here are the some activities for you. Okay, so the first activity is what you have to do here. First, make a list of 10 food items that are used in your house. Okay, write from where you get them. Here you have to write some food items, and here in the second column you have to write the place where it is available. Okay, so few of them I have written here. The first one is the rice. Yes, we get the rice from the fair price shop or from the general store, right? Next one is a tomatoes, right? So usually we get the vegetables from the vegetable vendors. Next, apple in the sense it is a fruit, right? So we get the fruits from the fruit vendors, right? Next, cow beans, we get the greens or any masalas from the general stores, right? So in the same way you just write the food items here and write down from the places where it is available. Okay, now let's move to the another activity. So children, write here the types of food items prepared daily and on festivals in your house. Here in the first column you have to write the food prepared daily in your house, and here you have to write the food prepared on the special occasions, on the festivals only. Okay, so here I have written a few of them. So here you can see daily we eat chapati, rice, dal, isn't it? And some upma, poha, etc. Next, on food prepared on festivals. On the festivals, specially we prepared some of the special kind of dishes, food items, right? For example, pulao, ladu, sirkruma, biryani, then jamun, gulab jamun, then rasgullas and all, right? So in the same way, you just try to write any three food prepared daily, and here any three food items prepared on the festivals. Okay, now let's move to the another activity. Activity number 3. So children, what you have to do, write the name of special food items prepared on different festivals. As you know that daily we can't eat the ladus, then cakes, pulao and all. Those items we prepare in some special occasions, especially on the festivals, on some functions and all, right? Daily we eat like chapati, rice, dal, isn't it? So here what you have to write in the first column, name of festivals. You have to write some names of festivals, and here you have to write the food items prepared on that festival. Okay, so first one, see here, Diwali. In the Diwali, especially we prepared ladus, then we prepare rasgullas, jalebis, then gulab jamuns or pulao. Yes, isn't it? We prepared variety of different tasty food items, isn't it? So next one is in Ramadan. In Ramadan, we usually prepared a sirkruma. The specialty of the Ramadan is a sirkruma and biryani, etc. Right? Next, in the Christmas, we usually we prepare fruit cakes and Christmas pudding, etc. Isn't it? So in the same way, you just try to write two more names of festivals, and here write down the food items prepared on that festivals. Okay, children? Yes. What is this, children? What are you observing here? Yes, here it is a fair, here it's a urs, here's also a fair. Right. So, have you visited the fair in your city or in your village? Yes, you might have seen the people of the village, they celebrated that fair urs with very joy and happiness, right? So, what are the things you see in the village, in the fair or in the urs? The people are moving together in a procession, right? Here you can see the people, they move in procession is nothing but the in the group. Here you can see the people are moving in a group, right? And the beats of drums are getting louder. Tiger masked dancers are giving great entertainment to the people gathered there. Then the people of the village have prepared food for all those who present cultural items in the fair. So here, when you see this picture, children, you can see here the people are moving together in a group, and the beats of the drums are getting louder. You might have heard when you visited to the village, fair or any urs, the beats of the drums, they are very louder, and some people, they wear the mask of the tiger or any other animals, and they make dance. Yes, they make some different type of expressions, and they entertain the people there, right? And here what will happen, the people of the village, they have prepared the food for all those who presented the cultural items in the fair or in the urs, right? So that is called the mass feeding. Yes, so what is the mass feeding here? Mass feeding is nothing but to prepare meals from a central kitchen and are served to the population. So that is called the mass feeding. Here the people of the village, they prepare the food and they serve it to the population, to the people. So what they will do, here it is, here you can see this is called the mass feeding. Yes, so these are the pictures of a mass feeding. So the people, they make arrangements that they give money, grains, firewood, etc., and they all together they prepare the food. Then they prepare some different kinds of sweets, and they prepare a delicious food. And some volunteers, here you can see some volunteers, they remove the leaves after meal and cleaning up the places of eating. Okay, after all the things, the people who participated in the fair, they go home very happily because they have the satisfaction of sharing work and eating together. Yes, as I told you in the beginning, especially the village people, they feel very happy because of this fair and the urs. They celebrated with joy and happiness. Okay, so children, the midday meals of your school, it is a kind of a mass feeding. Okay. So here the next concept is list of precautions that has to be followed during mass feeding. So what are the previous care? Precautions are nothing but the previous care. What are the care we have to take during the mass feeding? Okay, the first point is the place of cooking should be clean and free from insects and animals. The place where we cook, that should be very clean and it is free from the insects and the animals. The next point is the materials, the vessels and water used to prepare food should be clean. The materials, whichever the materials we are using and the vessels we are using, that should be very clean, and even the water which we use for cooking, it should be very clean. The next point is the persons who cook and serve food should be clean, their nails should be trimmed and hair should be covered with cloth. The person who cook the food and the persons who serve the food, they should be very clean and their nails should be trimmed and hair should be covered with the cloth. If you are not covered their cloth, there may be a risk that their hair may fall into the food, which make the food spoil, right? So a person who cook the food or who serve the food, they should cover their head with the cloth. Okay, the next point is the place of eating food should be free from dust, germs and insects. The place where the people sit for eating, so that place should be free from dust and germs and insects. Okay, so the next point is pure water should be provided for drinking. In the mass feeding, the pure and clean water should be provided to the people. Okay, so the next point is the place where the food is cooked should be clean and free from insects and animals. So as I told you, the place where the food is cooked, it should be very clean and should be free from the insects, dust, animals, etc. Okay, the next point is the place where food is cooked should have proper ventilation and light. The place where food is cooked, it should have a proper ventilation, means it should have a it should have a windows or doors for the proper ventilation. Ventilation is nothing but the replacement of harmful air with the fresh air. Yes, for because of that the place should have a windows and the doors, and the room should get a sufficient amount of light. Yes, these are the some precautions that has to be followed during the mass feeding. Understood, children? Children, do you know that the people of different regions have a different food habits, right? The people from the different areas, they are having a different food habits, isn't it? So the people of different regions have a different food habits. In northern districts like Belagavi and Bidar, most of the food is prepared from the jawar. So in northern districts like Belagavi and Bidar, they use jawar in their food. Okay, so the next one is in coastal districts like Mangaluru and Udupi, cooking fish is special. So in coastal regions means the region near the sea, so such as the Mangaluru and Udupi, they prefer fish in their food. Okay, so the next point is in the districts of plain region like Mandya and Mysuru, ragi and rice are mainly used as a staple food. So in the districts like Mandya and Mysuru, the ragi and rice, they mostly use the ragi and rice in their food. Do you heard about the ragi balls and all? Yes, so it is a specialty of the Mandya and the Mysuru. Understood, children? So the food habits depends on the food items available in that place. Yes, so especially in the coastal regions, the people, they get the varieties of fish. That's why their food includes fishes. Yes, and the people, northern district people, they usually get the jawar. So their food includes the jawar. Okay, next the people who are from the plain region, so they get the ragi and the rice. That's why their food habits is depends upon the food items available in that places. Okay, so people follow different food habits according to the customs of their locality or family. Understood, children? Okay, now let us know some more interesting fact about this lesson. Okay, so a python can survive without any food for a year. So a python, it's a kind of snake, it can survive without any food for 1 year. It can be live 1 year without a food. Okay, so the python can survive without any food for a year. The next point is the major part of the food you eat is used for keeping your body warm. So whatever the food we eat, the most part of that food, it is used to keeping your body warm. Yes, the next point is it is better to eat fruits before meals. The nutrients present in the fruits will get digested well and enter the bloodstream. So before having the meals, if you eat fruit, so if you eat the food, the nutrients present in the fruits will get digested well and enter the bloodstream. Okay, the next point is it is better to eat raw vegetables or half cooked vegetables. If the vegetables are overcooked, the nutrients present in them will be destroyed. So it is well and good to eat a raw vegetables like cucumber. You can eat cucumber, or you can eat a radish, carrot. Yes, so you can eat raw vegetables or you can half cooked. Okay, don't overcook the vegetables. If you cook it for longer time, the whatever the nutrients are there in that food items, it will get destroyed. Okay, so the next point is radish was grown in Egypt in 278 BC, it is surprising that the color of the radish was black. So the radish was grown in Egypt in 278 BC. So the color of the radish was black. Here you can see this is the black radish. This is how it looks like. Okay, so it is grown in the Egypt. So the next point is we should eat food in a balanced way. So you know that what is balanced diet, right? So we should eat the food in a balanced way, neither too much nor too less. Okay, overeating, so eating very excessively can cause the ill health. You may become ill. Okay, next point is vitamin B is abundant in the outer layer of the rice. If rice is polished, more is destroyed. Vitamin B, the layer, the rice, okay, the rice, the outer layer of the rice, it contains the vitamin B. So if the rice is polished more, the whatever the vitamin B layer is there around the rice, it will get destroyed. Okay, the next point is the nutrients that are present in an apple are equal to the nutrients present in the 2 bananas of 5 gooseberries. The nutrients, the whatever the nutrients are present in a one apple, it is equal to the nutrients present in 2 bananas or 5 gooseberries. If you eat one apple, it is equal that you are eating 2 bananas or you are eating 5 gooseberries. Okay, so this apple is having a more medicinal value. Understood, children? So in this lesson we have learned that from where we get the food and the stages of production of the food, and we have learned that what is mass feeding and what are the precautions we have to adopt during the mass feeding, and we have learned that the different food habits are depends on the food items available in that places, and we have learned some of the interesting facts about the food. Yes, hope you understood all the lesson very well, children. Okay.